The fallacies of marriage. Let's talk about this. A discussion we don't usually have. If you're looking at the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, the man on the far right's name is Cassandra. He's currently in prison for murdering the woman in the picture, as well as her father, who is on the far left-hand side of this picture. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a gruesome video, so if you do not really like gruesome details, or if you're maybe just a bit more shy, here is your warning to go ahead and exit the rest of this video. Authority believes that the victim was possibly electrocuted, the woman, and the man, her father, was shot. She was also dismembered. The fallacies of marriage. Why am I talking about this? There's something that men really like to use to hold above women's head, and this is men of all races. They'll try and use this ring as a way to demonize or to demean you, or to chastise or admonish you for being less of a woman, for being not able to be married in America's patriarchal traditional society, right? They'll try and say, oh, well, you're not, obviously you don't have any value as a woman because no guy's decided to put a ring on your finger, right? So why should I listen to what you have to say? Why should I take you as a person of value? Why are your words important when you are not married, right? We've assessed, or we've given marriage this end-all be-all solution, when that's a fallacy, because the men of today's day are not like the men of yester millennia, whenever that might have been, whatever period you think where men were awesome and upright and courageous and loyal and whatever it might be. Those men are gone. They're completely gone. Marriage can be a death sentence and a certificate, and a death certificate, just like we're seeing in this video, and yada yada. Ladies and gentlemen, marriage is not the end-all be-all. Marriage does not turn you from a bad person to a good person. Marriage is not going to make a deadbeat father want to stay with the family. Marriage is not going to make a person all of a sudden start to have this moral compass or value or code or sense of beliefs in life that are just going to lend themselves over to a productive family, to a productive family unit, to a productive community unit, to a very work hard type of spirit. Marriage does not change a person. All marriage is a mirror to show you exactly what's inside of that person. All the qualities, all the insecurities, all the bad energies and vibes inside of that person are going to be amplified by the millionth when you start to apply the lens of marriage on top of it. Because what marriage does is it settles both people down in one. It brings both people into the same house, both people into the same body, both people into the same mindset, both people into the same financial situation. It unifies everything about you. And so what you see a lot of the times is people who haven't really gotten to see that side of a person for whatever reason or another. Once it becomes a legally binding situation, then things start to change really quickly. As a matter of fact, in the police interrogation video, they asked him, and let's go ahead and watch that right now, how long they've been married, yada 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 yada, but we'll get to it. Let's go ahead and watch this. Okay,
that's pretty much it. How long have you and your wife been married?
Since October.
October of, like, just recently, within
Yes.
6 months, 7 months?
Yes.
6 months, 7 months. 6 months, 7 months, that's all it took, right? How long do you think they dated beforehand? A year, 2 years or so, the norm. 6 months after they get married, something happens. Black femicide is obviously a huge thing, and this is starting to really gather wind. And I believe that there's an actual Woman Sphere, I want to say, is her channel name. Or maybe it's the Black Femicide US, who has the channel name, and they're dedicated to talking about this. They have the names of women who are killed by significant others. They have the names of women that are go missing and things of that nature. And they've done the numbers and statistics and show that every 6 hours, a black woman is killed. In a lot of cases, we don't talk about the fact that a lot of these women, some of these women, a decent amount of these women are married. They do have significant others. They are legitimately married. This happens. Don't let anybody force you to get married into a bad situation. Don't let anybody force you to get married into a dangerous situation or be with somebody in a dangerous situation just because of desperation. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what you weigh. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what your dress size is. Do not rush into a marriage. Do not rush into a relationship with somebody, because as we're starting to see, and as the numbers continue to grow and reflect in the very disturbing trend of black female deaths that occur at the hands of their significant others or husbands, it is not necessarily in your best interest. It is absolutely not in your best interest to rush something as serious as a relationship in 2021. These guys out here are sick, they're thirsty, they have no self-control, and they have no value for themselves. Therefore, they're definitely not going to value you, or in worst case scenario, your little baby. All right, this is going to the True Seekers Live podcast in condensed form. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to go ahead and roll this thing on out. I'm going to see you on the next one. All right.